Welcome guys to another tutorials on statistics. My name is Samuel and I'm doing these tutorials for my math book. In this tutorials, I'm going to take a look at what systematic sampling is and what bias sampling is. Now, systematic sampling, what it is each member of that sample is assigned a number, all right? But with the bias sample, what it is we have the sample that is used to create the bias sample results in samples that are different from the population. And so I'm going to go ahead and write those two things down, and you're going to look at an example. So, say systematic sampling. It's a sample in which each member is assigned a number. Now, bias sampling, what do we have with the bias sampling? We go, the bias sample is one in which the method used to create the sample results in the samples that are different from the population. Alright, so that's the bias sample, and that's this systematic sample. So I want to go ahead and write an example here that's going to be of benefit. Now, an example of a systematic sample. Say we want to do a systematic sample for a household, right? So say a systematic sample for a household. For a household. So let's have that. What we're going to do first is let's label them one after the other. So what we want to do is, first of all, we're going to assign a different number to each household. So let's go ahead and do that. But before we do that, a systematic sample for a household in, let's select a county, say Dauphin County, maybe located in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So what we're going to do first is we're going to assign a different number to each household. So now we have a different number to each house. So next thing we're going to do is we randomly select a starting house. So let's say you randomly select a starting house. All right. Third thing you're going to do is to select every 100th house. You're going to select every 100th house. And then last thing you're going to do is you're going to count the people in each house. So you're going to count the people in each house. Alright, so this is how to do systematic sampling. Now let's go ahead and do the bias sampling. With the bias sampling, what it is we already defined what it is, but let's give an example here. We know that the sample results in samples, we get samples that are different from the population. So an example would be let's say, for example, a sample of, so you have, say, 18 to 22-year-olds, right? College students, right? So you have college students, right? So you have a sample of 18 to 22-year-old college students. So why is it called a bias sample? So we're going to go ahead and write a reason why it is called a bias sample. So the reason is that it is not a representative of all of the 18 to 22-year-olds in the country. So that's why it's called bias sample, because you're biased to only college students. Why not? How do you call it? Church goers, 18 to 22-year-old church goers. How about that? But you're biased towards college students. So that's why we call it bias sampling. So the reason is it is not a tentative of all the 18 to 22-year-olds Okay, so that's the difference between systematic sampling and bias sampling. I hope these tutorials went well. In the next tutorials, we're going to take a different concept within statistics.